Hello everybody, it's Flesson19 and welcome back to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord Aserai 1000 Day Challenge. Quite a lot to go through in this episode. We're going to start out by heading out, and I'm going to hopefully remember everything that I have to go through before stuff happens. First of all, let's go with 1.5 drop today. I will not be upgrading to 1.5 main beta branch until this playthrough is done. Now, it actually will not take me long to get through it. It won't take me long at all because I'm only 250 days to go, and I could probably get that done by this day or tomorrow. But I'm still going to go ahead and upload them at a reasonable pace. I'm not going to go crazy with it. So that is basically handled. I'm not going to go back to my other main fighting character at this moment. Good. So I'm not going to end up doing that. Because I'm thinking that my next one is going to be a fighting playthrough. However, I do want to give it time. The next issue that I would like to go through is... let's see, we'll pick one. I did change some of my OBS settings, so I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be better or worse. I am testing some new things out. I do need to hop into a big battle. They did also do some performance changes, so I'm trying to get it so I can run the maximum of 1,000 in a battle. Right now, I currently can't. So I'm continuing to work on that. So if something doesn't seem right, that's probably the reason why, which I'm going to look after every one, and I'm going to try to get it set correctly. So the next issue that we are going to go ahead and tackle is what I called that little rubber banding thing that was happening with Lords, where they would go back and forth, how I had it saved in the town in the last episode, I believe it was, or the one before. I originally got a hold of Mexico about it, and at first we were not on the same page. There was definitely an issue going on with communication because they're obviously not from the States. So once we finally got that all hemmed away, he is going to look into it, and as soon as I get a word from him on that, I will let you guys know. Next, I did take, and as I explained in the last episode, I went ahead and ran the game ahead 300, days to the 1,000-day mark. And there's a couple things I noticed. First of all, inflation did not go up much. Meaning these prices didn't really increase a whole lot at all. I'm going to end up saving it at that point, and I'm going to end up sending a message to Mexico and try to show him, because inflation seems way off. Those prices should be going up 50% for 10 to 15 years. Well, 1,000 turns in, if you do the math, is approximately 12 and a half years. That's right in the middle. So everything should be up by 50%. If grain starts out at 8, 50% of 8 is 4. The average should be 12. It says it's near its average, but every town I go to, they're not really 13. So I'll be working on that. But however, as I'm going to get into is 1.5 dropping, that it's going to have to be all new tests. Because one little change they put in the coding into 1.5 can completely change everything that you're doing. One small, tiny little thing can completely change everything. So, therefore, I do have some work cut out for me, because I actually need to go through that. Just looking at this real quick. I am into selling mode right now, because as I explained, about the 1,000 day hit that they didn't really skyrocket. So I'm really in the selling mood, not the buying mood, because we're only about 250 days away from it being done, and I got 38,000 consumables in 250 days. That means I gotta sell 250, about 130 units a day, approximately. I think, if my math is right, somewhere around 130 units every day to get rid of it all. That's a lot. So I am somewhat in the selling mood because we are getting down to the nitty gritty. Look at that. Oh yeah, 24 is actually cheap for butter. Wow, they're saying that's high. Look at that. 24 is high for butter. It's like the prices have come back down. But 25 was actually low a couple hundred terms ago. And at least fish has gone down, but it's too hard to... Watch this. I'll take this just a little bit. Bam. Right down to 15. And just a little tick. So I am very much in the selling mood. I also... this is kind of the big news. As I put in my caravan video, the amount of money that you start with on a caravan, I believe, makes a huge difference, because that is the available funds that they have to buy and sell things. That is my theory that I read and I kind of believed in, and I think I, for the most part, proved that in my caravan video. And these guys were barely cracking 5,000. I think I might have hit 6,000 from these guys. And what you got to remember is, over 1,000 of that comes from my workshops. This day they only made about 2,400 from 7 of them. That's what, 350 per person? That's terrible for a trader. It's the Aserai. I wholeheartedly believe it's the Aserai, because they get a cheaper price to start. So I'm going to actually be doing some testing. I'm going to leave this guy once he gets to 1,000 days. Then I'm going to leave this when I upgrade to 1.5. And I'm actually going to end up running 2 tests, because I'm also going to do a non-Aserai trader that I had described earlier, and which I'm going to show you how you do a hybrid type build, which you can end up making a ton. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous how much it makes. So I will be working on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and... I don't know if I want to run two playthroughs at once. That was kind of the little bit I was debating on. Do I want to run both playthroughs at the same time, or do I want to concentrate on one? So I am a little bit conflicted on that. I know I do want to start a fighting build, especially since they did work bow. As I have not upgraded and I have not seen a video on it, I have no clue what's going on. None. So I don't exactly know what's going on right now. And if you wonder why I'm clicking, it's because this bar is 7,000. And I'll kind of show you. If I go like this, boom, it's down to 23. It's just so touchy, because you got so much. Where when you don't have much like this, as you can see, you can do it really slow. But I just have so much. But we are definitely sellers right now. Oh yeah, we're sellers. I need to really get rid of this stuff. This is where Tony said that he just looks at these numbers and waits for it to go off of like that dark green, and that's how he sells. Which, yeah, I'm gonna start doing, unless some prices are absolutely amazing. There, I just made 14 grand. Just like that. So, my plan at this moment is I'm going to finish this playthrough. I do not like starting playthroughs and not finishing them. I am somebody that I get frustrated when I see other people do it, where you start investing hours and hours into a playthrough and then you don't reach a conclusion on the playthrough. Okay, what happened? What'd you do? It's like if I did a series 1,000 day challenge and I stopped at 800 and didn't let you know what I did. It'd be pretty frustrating. So I have not upgraded. I am still on 1.4.3 and I will finish this, although it won't take long. And then the immediate plan is to start one on 1.5. I know there's going to be a lot of bugs and stuff like that that we're going to end up running into, which is really going to suck. Yeah, I know it will. However, we're going to do our best. But for the time being, that's really what I want to do. As you can see, I'm waiting until things realistically go light green, and then I'm selling them, even at a reduced price, because I know I had a huge problem doing this. I was not able to get rid of it all in my test. I didn't even come close to getting rid of it all. And, this is going to take, of course, a little bit longer to do. However, it is about that time. That flax, though, I don't want to sell that flax that cheap. That is too damn cheap. There, I've made 23,000 in the last 2 places I've visited. But that's where I told you have to pick a point and become a seller. You just have to stop and say, okay, I'm done. Because you want to get rid of that inventory by the 1,000-day mark. As soon as 1,000 hits, we're done. So now it's just writing and selling off unless something is super cheap. Like if we were to find grain for maybe 7 or fish for under 12, then yeah, you can go ahead and buy it. Because right now we're such big sellers, I'm not going to get a whole lot accomplished in these episodes. Because you can see how much time I'm spending in these cities. Normally I'm just, why am I doing that? That's freaking 20. That's got to come way down. Yeah. I'm like, Eesh. But that's because I'm talking and actually not paying attention to this. So we're going to start selling big time now. And that's where you decide on your playthrough when you want to do that. Because ultimately you're trying to get to 225 so you can just buy thieves. I mean, literally. They probably cost $1 million, but you could probably save up $4 or $5 million. Where then all of a sudden, the first thing you do is you join a kingdom. Next is that you don't buy a thief right away, because when you don't have one, they're almost always likely to give you one. So wait for them to give you one, then you can just start buying all the stuff around you. You can buy 3, 4, 5 of them. I mean, you could literally own most of the kingdom yourself. So that's what you do. However, that's not what this playthrough is about. I'm just still a little undecided on whether or not I want to do a double playthrough at the same time. I could probably get away with it. The only thing I fear that I'm not going to have is hard drive space. I don't have a very big hard drive. I really need to go grab me an external. Because I record these I try to go higher quality, and the higher quality means that these files are pretty big. One episode can be anywhere between 10 to 20 gigs for just one episode. Then when I go to record it, or I edit it, and then make a copy of it, I still hold on to the original. That one is actually bigger than the original. So one episode can require anywhere between 25 to 40 megs on my hard drive for just one of them. So it's pretty big. And when I record so many of these episodes up front, then I really start having a problem with hard drive space. Because you can really fly through the hard drive space, like what I did the day before. Is when I recorded, it was like 7 or 8 episodes yesterday. And that's why I'm so far ahead where anything that you tell me between episode like about 16 and 23, I won't know that because this is episode 24 the very next day. So you might not get to episode 24 or 23 until this weekend. And I've already recorded this now 3 days earlier. So there's a good chance I'm going to be way behind. That's why I said the easiest thing you can do, and Tony and Flavian have done this, is leave me a message. Leave a comment. Because those comments go right to my phone. So when you leave me a comment, I'm going to get it on my phone. And that's the fastest way I'm going to know if you're sending me a message. So if you got a quick message or something like that, or want to know what's going on, that's the easiest thing you can do. So even though I am way far ahead on episodes, I am going to still be releasing 2 a day. And I'm thinking I might go ahead and release 4 on the weekend. Because I'm probably going to have this done by about the I don't know, the 22nd maybe? 21st probably? I have this probably done by the 21st. So I'll actually start on 1.5. Could be close to a week before. So what I'm considering doing is when I start 1.5, immediately start releasing it. Even though this series is still going. Because I don't want it to be a week behind. So that's what I'm actually considering doing. 12 is a decent price. Not great, but decent. You can see a lot of green sitting here. So I'm thinking I'll finish this one out here in a day or two. I don't think I'll get through it tonight. And then as I release them, I'll do 2 a day. So that'll be, I think, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. That would definitely catch up by the weekend. Because I think I'm up to 16 now. So that'd be 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 on Sunday. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll finish it up by episode 28. I was wondering if I could have it finished up by this weekend. But I don't think there's any way possible. 4 times... No. I think I'm not going to end up finishing up until about 35. I think. You can see right there, only made 3,100. I'm telling you. I wholeheartedly believe if you want to run caravans long, there we go, 5. Fish 8. Whoa. Okay, we're not going to buy the fish here, we're going to the village. That I can't resist. I can't resist it. I didn't really want that. However, I guess I'm stuck with that now. I want to leave that price at 8 because now if I hit the village, there's a chance I could pick it up for 9 or 10. And they could have a couple hundred sitting there. 70. It's still worth picking up. Yeah. I didn't actually look to see what I could give them. So, as you can see, I am big time seller right now. I've realistically called the point in which I've said, okay, enough is enough. We got to get rid of stuff. We need to make some moolah. And we are getting down to the nitty gritty. We really are. 250 turns doesn't seem like it, but trust me, it'll go fast. Look at that, 2,800. I really want to hop on a non-imperial and see what they're making. How? Oh my god, 48 Sea Raiders. Yikes. Oh man. Oh. I am just a little bit worried about that right there. I did read some of the patch notes. Now, as for me, I am not 100% just overjoyed at 1.5. And a little bit of that has to do with the fact that it is really multiplayer heavy. There are some things that look nice to me. However, I'm not going to just sit here and go, woohoo! Oh my god, it's the greatest thing. No, not even close. Am I truly happy with it? Nah. But there are some things that I'm looking forward to. I really am. I'm going to have to go after that group. There's no way around it. I'm just getting some cannon fodder right now. That's all I'm getting. We could suffer some pretty bad casualties. However, that thing is just wicked bad. That's 21. Where's the 48? There's the 48. I just want to get him away from the village. Alright. They did smarten up, though, the horse archers, though, which is a big thing for me. That is a pretty big thing. Okay, so.
Horse archer! Attack! Follow me! And forgive him hell!
We're gonna get hurt. Why does it feel like I'm still going slow? I thought I changed my horse. There goes two. Gotta get rid of that pack. That could be a death trap waiting to happen, and the one thing we don't really need right now is losing any of our people. What do we lose? One Mumluk. We lost. Oh wow, we only lost one. That's amazing. We only lost one. I'm pretty damn happy about that. I actually wondered, did we get anything good? No. Oh, crap. I thought we might get something good. Alright. I mean, 20 is bad enough. But 48? Now, that could probably take out my caravan. We're about to hit a mill. I'm hoping to break 3 million. That's really what I'm hoping to break. That would make me happy. Alright, let's get rid of this stuff. And almost 3 grand just off that battle. That's pretty nice, but you got to take care of them. I mean, I'm not doing as much as I actually should. Let's get rid of these guys now. There we go. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and as soon as I finish this up, I'll upgrade to 1.5 and I'll release them both at the same time. So while these are finishing up, I'm actually starting my new one. So there'll be like additional content coming out. That's what I think I am going to do. So a bit slow getting rid of this stuff. However, it is definitely selling time. I am clicking this, yet it was clicking line. My word, already a half an hour in. That's crazy, already a half an hour. But yeah, it's big time selling right now, so the episodes are actually going to be a little bit slower because I really need to dump all this excess stuff that I have. And I have quite a lot, 38,000 consumables. And right away, it's a lot of clicking. Because you can't do that. We'll leave it there, that's fine. They don't have really great prices. So, really, it's just selling off our inventory now, unless something is amazing. And hopefully our caravans can do okay. And we'll see how much we come up with. I think if this was an Aserai build, and I was playing my hybrid, I think over 5 million is a really good number. Is that 51 or 61? Go get them. Jeez. 61. I took care of them. Thank you. And that's another problem that I have with these lords right now. Another sticking point to me is it seemed like in Warband, because of the way that it was set up where you would lose being the marshal so easily, that you didn't have as many armies going out there. You basically had one army going to fight whoever it is they were going to fight. And that was realistically it. So the lords had a lot of time to go ahead and manage their own lands. That's the one thing that I don't like about Warband right now is, because looters are running wild. Looters and bandits. You don't have lords patrolling their own lands. You don't have manhunters out there getting rid of these looters. So it's just kind of turning into a wasteland full of looters and bandits running rampant and, tearing everything apart is what it feels like. So I don't know how they would potentially change that. Wow, look at this. $13. How quick to go to 12? Ah, forget it. That is super cheap. The butter I'll definitely take. And I think I'm going to get all the cheese, yep. That, because that'll sell for a huge amount. And then, of course, we need to take the wool, because that is our city that has a workshop in it. So we definitely want to grab that. Under 37,000, we need to, if there's going to be 10 episodes, that means we need to get rid of 3,700 consumables every episode. 10, I don't know if 10 will do it. Normally I was doing 30 to 40, however there's like 250 days. If I do 25 days an episode, then I would need to get rid of 3,700 consumables every single episode to run myself down. And the biggest thing, of course, is fish and grain. As you can see, I have 20,000. Over half of my stuff is just fish and grain. So that really is the biggest thing. We got rid of most of that. Big price on beer, 84. Yeesh. So it's 250 turns of selling off. And then seeing what we come up with. As soon as you start getting down into the 3,000-4,000 range, then I could start doing this. Then I could start using the slider. But until that happens, can't really do that. Hardwood goes down fast. 13,000 in that one. Oh, I didn't check wool. And as I stated before, on my next playthrough, I will be saving and reloading to get the whites that I want. And I went through that is because of noble bows and heavy executioner's axes not dropping. If I'm going to get cheated out of not getting the weapon I want, then I'm going to cheat to get the weapon I want. It shouldn't be difficult to fix that problem. Lower the price. Make it 100 grand. Then a town should have enough prosperity to go ahead and do it. Should be able to go ahead and produce them. Don't leave them at 240,000 or whatever they're at. And you know, I kind of play for that. I want the weapon. I mean, it's kind of like the end game is to be able to get that. You know, going and even, you know, I don't know, I haven't looked at the perks yet, but you want to know how crazy? I hope they kept it, but I've already said this. If they still have the perk where you can use any bow on a horse, Corinne will be my new best woman. She's only 18 or 19 years old, out of Sturgia or Britannia, and she can spawn with a noble longbow. And I have once also had her spawn with a polearm that would sell for like 220,000. So yeah, that would be my new best woman. Of course, unless Arwa has a heavy executioner's axe. I would rather take a heavy executioner's axe and live with a heavy recurve bow, because you don't lose that much damage. It's only like 6 damage or something like that. But the length on a heavy executioner's axe is unmatched. So that would be my 2, but I don't know what the perks will be. I doubt I will get to 1.5 even tonight. I don't think there's any possible way I'm finishing this up tonight, all of these episodes. So it could be close till the weekend. And once again, I have thought about streaming. The problem is I don't have the greatest system in the world, and I'm right now pushing 750 troops on a battlefield, which is more than I've ever done. However, if I start streaming, that is going to take a lot of my CPU, which is going to cut into either the stream quality or the gameplay quality. So until I can really get a better one, or if they continue to upgrade, which it looks like they did do some upgrading in the performance issues, once they upgrade that enough, then maybe I can think about it. I will think about streaming. Where will I stream? Probably Twitch, since I have an account already set up on Twitch. And while I'm not partnered, I am affiliated on Twitch. So I can actually have subscribers and everything like that because I am affiliated. It's been a long time since I've been on Twitch, and I'm shocked that I still have kept my affiliation. They haven't gotten rid of it, but I am affiliated on Twitch. I have my own channel already set up. It's back when I was streaming another game. I've had a couple hundred followers. But that's been, I think, a couple years since I've done that. I have not figured out so much about YouTube. I don't know whether or not I would try just doing it right off of YouTube. And you got a decent price on that. You don't have any wool, so I'm not worried about that. I don't want to sell you my wool, because that's just going to drive the price down. I don't know. Just have to see. You know, when it gets to that point where I feel like I can go ahead and handle streaming. Because I also need to have open the streaming and then Streamlabs and most likely Nightbot. So I've got to have like 5 or 6 windows open. So it's just very taxing on my system. I'm not totally into doing that right now. I would rather provide better video quality by recording them and releasing them than by streaming them. Because realistically, you're not going to get a whole bunch of people watching. I mean, you might get 50 to 100 if you're lucky. And I don't think 50 to 100 is really worth cutting down the quality of a video that potentially hundreds or thousands could see. I don't think it's worth it. Not right now. Now, maybe if my viewer count was to go up a bit, okay, then I could start thinking about it. But right now, I'd like to try to provide the best video quality that I can, because so many will actually be seeing it. So, for the moment, that's what I'm doing. And I hope I remembered everything. I really hope I did. I should have wrote it all down, but I had just been thinking about it all day. I had been doing some work on the computer. I do some self-employment work on the computer. And then I was editing some videos, and then I was posting them. So I was doing a bunch of things today, so I should have wrote them down, however I didn't. Because I was also getting messages from people, and I was going back and forth with Mexico a little bit on some things, so I hope I covered it all. But we are definitely in the downturn right now. Now it's time to start dumping all this inventory off. And where is your wool? Thank you very much. A I'll take that. And so in this episode alone, we've gained over 100,000. I was under 100 grand. Wasn't I under a million? I think I was under a million. We're almost 1.1 million in just one episode. That means 10 episodes is a million. And I'm already going to figure I'm going to make around a million my next episode. Or just with my caravans, I should be able to. That's going to put me up to 3 million. So I could finish somewhere between 3 and 4 million maybe in 1,000 turns. And trust me when I say that's low. When you see what my hybrid is going to be able to do without fighting lords and stuff, I won't be a vassal. That's going to be pretty wicked. Look at that. 64. Go get him. Wow, just bypassed them. I wonder if they don't really attack them in other lands. If that was in the Aserai, if he would attack them. I mean, personally, I'd love to attack him. No. Oh, my word. That's a little bit cheap. That's all cheap. However, like I said, we need to really, really be careful. We are in a big time selling mood. We need to dump inventory. I figure I need to. I'm gonna plan on 10. I'm gonna plan on anywhere. It's gonna be somewhere around the 12 to 14 more episode mark. So, like I said, I need to sell off about 2,500 or so a day, every episode. I need to get this down by 2,500, and I'm only down by a little over 1,000 right now, and the episode's almost over. I'm literally down to just a little over $1,000. So it's hard to get rid of this stuff. Kind of looking at the prices. They have some decent prices. Not spectacular, but decent. Thinking we're gonna have to stop before we hit Aserai territory. I really think we're gonna need to stop. 2,600. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 7 caravans. 7 caravans and 5 workshops running. And I can't even make 3,000 out of that. I'm telling you, it's Aserai. I am pretty darn positive that is what it is. I guarantee if I hopped on a non-Aserai right now and put them out for 22.5, I'd be making more since I've already showed it in a video. No, that was the hot fix update in which I showed I was making over $6,000. That's about the same setup I have right now. And I don't have weak companions either. Virtually everyone is over 1,000, I believe. 81, 140, over 1,000, 100. He's almost over. Well over. That's it. Those Bitter Drought, and that's just because Bitter Drought, he will be able to gain another level. He just started late. That's why he's not up there. Only reason. And then the Hills is about to tick 100. So, for all intents and purposes, I have everyone at least 100, and I can't even make $4,000 in a day. And what's the only difference between really this game and the other game? This is Aserai. And it only costs $15,750 to send out a big one. The other one costs $22,500. So I really think that's what it is. So let's run through it. Yeah, we're still working on the clan because of our bonus. But however, I would really like to see what he's got on. he's got on him. You could see him. See that? They both have gear. It doesn't show here. This is their gear. You can see how I have my hat right there. The way that I look. There's my hat. So that's how you can tell what they have. Just by that quick little picture. You can't tell by, hopping on them like that. But you can see, yeah, they're wearing gear. And they did say another thing in the update is now the children that people have, that's probably not for us, it's probably for AI, is going to have equipment comparable to what their parents have. So everything running smooth. We've gone down from 38,000 to 36.8, which means we only dropped 1,200. Not good. We're not going to get finished only dropping that little bit of amount. Now our trade is starting to go. We're about to crack 200. And we're up to almost 1.1 million. So doing pretty sweet. So I think that about covers it. If I remember anything else, I will let you guys know. But I will see you in the next episode. I do look forward very soon to running 1.5 and a new build, which hopefully these can run consecutively or concurrently, whichever you want to call it, which I can't honestly remember. But I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, take care and thanks for watching.